Big Patty was a polite, honest, helpful, and strong student at PS 118. Her signature look consisted of her short light brown hair, a thick black unibrow that ran across her face, a light blue bow, a matching light blue sweater, a dark blue skirt, and black and white shoes. Big Patty's real name was Patricia Smith, but everyone just called her Big Patty because of her height and size. The reason she was much taller and larger than the other students was because even though she was in the 6th grade, she was actually 14 years old.
I mean, what is she, 14, and she's still in the 6th grade?
Big Patty's debut appearance in the series was in the Season 2 episode titled Miss Perfect. In the episode, Helga and her friends were plotting against Lila, the new girl at the school, when they accidentally filled Big Patty's locker with buckets worth of green jello. We then see Big Patty's response, which was a vengeful physical attack against Helga. Thus, right away we are given the impression that Big Patty was someone who was feared by her classmates and acted aggressively when provoked. The initial portrayal of Big Patty as somewhat of a bully is challenged in her next appearance in Season 3. In the Season 3 episode titled Helga vs. Big Patty, we are shown Big Patty's kindness when she offers Arnold the last tapioca pudding cup.
I don't want it. Go ahead and take it.
But it's the last tapioca pudding.
I told you, I don't want it. It's yours.
Thanks, Patty.
Sure.
This, in contrast, was a much different image of Big Patty than what was painted in her debut appearance and by the other girls in her class.
She sure is big, isn't she? I can't help feeling a little sorry for her. It must be difficult to be so large and, plain looking.
While Helga and her friends enjoyed ridiculing Big Patty behind her back, their tone would suddenly change once confronted with their classmate.
Oh, hi there, Patty. Oh, we were just talking about someone else. I'm Big Patty. How's somebody know?
Big Patty finds out Helga was making fun of her behind her back and announces that she would beat her up as punishment.
Tomorrow after school, 3:15, right here. You and me are gonna dance.
Dance? Oh, well, I'm not really a good dancer. I believe she's using a euphemism for a more brutal form of physical activity. I know what she means, baby.
3:15, tomorrow.
Her determination to seek revenge due to Helga's offensive remarks shows how she valued what others thought about her and how she wanted to maintain her tough girl image. However, Arnold managed to appeal to Big Patty's emotional side, and she decided to just pretend to beat her up instead, saving her reputation and Helga from a lot of pain. Big Patty was often seen by herself and didn't seem to have any close friends. However, this changes in the Season 3 episode, Hey Harold. In this episode, Rhonda throws a party and encourages everyone to dance. As usual, Big Patty found herself alone. What was different this time was that her lack of attention by boys at the dance seemed to bother her. Big Patty goes out to the balcony to vent out her frustration and runs into Harold.
Your eyes are kind of puffy. You been crying?
No. What are you, crazy? I just got something in my eye.
The two hit it off by bonding about misconceptions others had about them, namely that they were dumb because they were held back a couple years.
Kind of big for a 4th grader.
Well, I was sort of, held back a couple of years. It's not that I'm dumb or anything, okay? They said I didn't apply myself, that's all. It really bugged me when people say I'm dumb. If I had a dime for every kid I beat up for calling me dumb, boy, I'd sure have a whole bunch of dimes.
I know. Kids call me dumb sometimes, too.
Well, you don't seem so dumb to me.
Thanks.
The two ended up talking long after the party ended and even made plans to meet the next day. Big Patty later confesses how she wishes she had someone to talk to during lunch period. This shows how her lack of friends did make her feel lonely at times. Harold then asks Big Patty if she'd like to eat lunch with him. While Harold and Patty enjoyed each other's company, Harold's friends thought the two were an odd pair.
Harold and Patty. Shut up! It's not Patty! Why would I be having lunch with her and she's not my girlfriend?
During lunch, Harold finally has enough and lets them know how he feels.
I'd run for my life! Stop it! You guys don't know what you're talking about! Her name's not Big Patty, it's Patty! And she's not clumsy and she's not dumb! Not only that, she's smart and she's nice and she's funny! I must be crazy to listen to you guys! What do I care what you think? The only thing that matters is what I think. And what I think is, I like Patty! And if anybody's got a problem with that, I'll beat you up so bad it won't even be funny! Sorry I'm late, Patty. Do you still want to have lunch with me? Because if you don't, it's okay. I mean, I'd understand.
Please sit down, Harold.
In my favorite episode that features Big Patty, titled Polishing Rhonda, we again see how Big Patty's lack of social interactions were impacting her life. This time, though, it's her parents who were concerned.
You big Neanderthal.
Time out, ladies, time out.
After a scuffle with Rhonda at school, Big Patty's parents decide to send her to a polishing academy to help her become more social. Coincidentally, Rhonda also starts attending the same after-school program. While Big Patty seems skeptical of the posh program at first, she excelled at the school. In contrast, Rhonda did poorly because of her self-centeredness.
My mom and I made these socks together last winter. I guess that makes them kind of special.
Special? You've got to be kidding.
Rhonda then enlists in Big Patty for help, in order for her to also do well. The two then spend a lot of time with each other as Big Patty tries to change Rhonda's ways. Once finals are over, Big Patty wants to continue their friendship, but Rhonda has other plans.
Hey, Rhonda, wait up. Before we go, I wanted to ask you if you aren't doing anything this weekend. At my house.
Sleep over?
Yeah, my parents already said it was okay.
Look, Patty, I really appreciate you helping me out with all this polishing school stuff and all, but after today, since finals are over, we probably shouldn't hang out anymore. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
This leaves Big Patty heartbroken. I think this was such a sad scene to watch because it was clear how Big Patty was really happy that she had a friend now, but then realized that Rhonda was just using her and didn't want to be her friend. Luckily, in the end, it appears that Rhonda has a change of heart.
You heard me, and while you're at it, you can apologize for being so rude and so totally self-absorbed, unless you want this fist for lunch.
Sorry.
Now, how about you and those tacky farm boots of yours take a walk? Oh gosh. Come on, Patty. I see a table over there. So, about that slumber party, I was thinking Saturday night?
While it's not clear if Rhonda and Big Patty's friendship lasted beyond that one episode, it is apparent that her friendship with Harold did. We saw this in Season 5, Episode 13, titled Harold vs. Patty. In the episode, Harold loses against Big Patty in an arm wrestling competition not once, but twice, and is teased by his friends because he lost to a girl. Harold then tries to improve to compete in an arm wrestling tournament in their city and begs Big Patty to let him beat her. Big Patty then agrees to teach him her techniques instead of just letting him win. Big Patty's unwillingness to give in to Harold's demands shows how she values her skills and accomplishments and can't be pressured into compromising her achievements just to make someone else look good. During the tournament, Harold and Patty excel all the way to the end and face off in the final round. Well, that brings us to the end of my Harold character analysis of Patty Smith! What did you think of Big Patty? Do you think her portrayal as a bully was accurate?
I remember what you did to Mary. Who's Mary?
Hi, Mary.
Or was she simply misunderstood by her peers? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.